All right. So welcome to Yin and Unwind. My name is Lindsay. I was supposed to record last night, so I'm gonna hit the button now. We're just settling in here, finding a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, but softening the shoulders as we reach up through the crown of the head. Relax the arms as we ground down into our seat. And then begin to pay attention to our breath if you haven't brought the attention there already. We might take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth or out of the nose. And as we become more present with the breath here, let's also think of what we are grateful for. Maybe from this past week, maybe from today, maybe it's something we're looking forward to. Or maybe it's just a good job we're grateful for, the work we've done, the time we put into something. Another couple breaths here. And then keeping the eyes closed, we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart or place the hands over the heart. And take another couple breaths here. That gratitude on our mind and our heart. And know that this gratitude, this thankfulness is always here for you to come to at any time. It's always available. And we'll inhale here. Exhale, release those hands. We'll open the eyes. Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right, let's get into the feet a little. So we're in a good position to give the feet some love. We'll start with this right foot and just give a little massage. So we'll start in with the feet, but feel free to move up into the calf a little bit as well. We are going to focus more on the feet here. So just using the thumbs or all of the fingers just to kind of massage along the bottom of the foot there. We might get into the toes a little bit as well, focusing on one toe at a time. Maybe hearing some pops, cracks, finding that release there in the toes. And then with the toe gymnastics. That's cute, I like that. Spreading out the toes. And then I always like to play with this, fingers inside each toe, and that really stretches out the foot. And you could kind of wiggle around from there. Yes, holy moly. So just a couple more seconds here on this side, and we'll move it over to the other side. And you could take it up into that calf a little bit. The Achilles, that's always my favorite spot to hold soreness. All right, let's go ahead and switch. Before we do so, just you may notice a difference, coloration, just the feeling. Maybe your right foot just feels a little more awake. And then let's get into the bottom of that left foot. Massage. Focusing on the toes a little more. Oh yes, I love that. Katie moving around. Stretching out those toes, giving them some love one by one. And then maybe bringing those fingers in between the toes. You might notice one side is a little different than the other. Beautiful. We'll just take another few seconds here on this side, maybe come up into the calf. We can always add a barefoot massage in, right? We always like that around here. We spend a lot of time on our feet with our workouts. All right. Go ahead and release as you're ready here. And then let's get into, well, but first, before we get into the rest of the body, let's do one more stretch for the feet. We'll come onto our knees and tuck the toes under and sit back onto the heels. Maybe even come up, sit up on the heels there. And if you wanted a little more, you could hug those inner ankles towards one another. Oh, that even changes the stretch. While we're here, let's get a stretch for our upper body. Just a couple more breaths, taking that right arm across, neck or shoulder away from the ear, so the neck is longer there. Oh. And feel free to release the feet as needed. And maybe come back in and we'll switch to that other side. Left arm crosses over the body, yes. I know it becomes, after some time here, might become a little intense in those toes. We'll go ahead and release the toes. Give them some love, little pat, shake. And then let's take it into a child's pose, bringing the knees nice and wide. So wider or wide knee child's pose. So we have plenty of space to lower down. Maybe the belly comes in between the thighs a little bit, forehead to the floor or the back of the hands. Reaching those sit bones towards the heels, or you might lift the hips up a little bit if that doesn't feel comfortable on the knees. But allow the head to rest. We'll be here about a minute at least. So settle in. You might rock a little the head side to side. Take some bigger breaths in through the nose and out of the mouth. Staying with the breath here. When the mind wanders, you can bring that attention to the breath. Back to the breath over and over. Another few breaths in this child's pose. Feel free to come out anytime, or we'll stay here another couple breaths. And then on your next inhale, start to walk those hands in, press up, and come make our way to a seat. We're going to get into the hips a little bit here and a little hamstring. So first, extend both legs forward. Here's our options. We could take figure 4, crossing the right ankle. We're going to fold forward, or half shoelace position where we keep bringing that right heel to the left, stacking the knees. And then we can come forward. So wherever you are along there, sit up nice and tall, inhale. And then exhale, we can come forward or just stay there. Start to reach that heart forward, maybe even round the back as the head comes forward. So a little hamstring here as well as we fold forward. Feel free to support the head, maybe with your fists here, stacked on the knee, or even a block. We'll breathe here. And take one more inhale. One more exhale. Come on out of that fold. Come up, release the leg. So we're not going to switch sides quite yet, but we're going to take this right foot behind and come into a deer twist. So the left shin comes in front, that right foot behind. Hands over to the left. And take your time here, but we're going to eventually lower down to those forearms, maybe on top of a pillow or block. Finding this rotation, this twist to the left. And that back hip does lift up quite a bit. So let it, and let the chest and almost fall to the left. And releasing the head down if it's comfortable. We can take this opportunity to practice our stillness, practice our mindfulness, bringing our attention to our breath. One more full breath on this side. And then on your next inhale, start to press up. Forearms, palms, come back to center. And let's take that all to the other side. So extend our legs out in front of us. Left ankle crosses, either this figure four, folding forward, or half shoelace. The left heel comes over to the right more, stacking our knees-ish. We might be a little off. Sit up tall there, inhale. Stay here, or leaning the chest forward. Feeling that hamstring. If it's too much on the hamstring, you can always bring something underneath the knee. Maybe like a towel would work, be small enough. Let the head release, neck release. Support the forehead if possible. Few more breaths. If you folded forward on your next inhale, go ahead and press on up. Taking it into our deer twist next. So here we go. Let's see, that left foot comes back, right shin in front, other side. Taking those hands to the right. Take your time. Feel free to stay here on the palms, or we may lower down forearms. Let the head come forward to the side. Support if you can. So whether it be a block or those fists, stacking the fists can be really a great way to support the forehead. And we always have our fists right here, ready to use. Sink into it, breathe. Stay present with the body, with the breath. Another couple breaths. And then on your next inhale, start to press up. Nice and easy, come back to center. All right, let's take it to our back. We'll begin with the knees bent, bringing the ankles below the knees. And just take a few moments here to settle in on your back. We might take your hair tie out or adjust, wiggle, scoot. Settling in there on our back, the back of our shoulder blades, the sacrum, settling in. And then feel free to bring the knees together and knock them together. Feet a little wider, or just keep those ankles below the knees. We'll take the arms out wide, T position, or cactus arms are reaching overhead. Passive rest position. This is a great way to release our hip flexors, specifically or especially our psoas, which is a deep core muscle that attaches the upper half of the body to the lower half. And this is a great position to help the release of that muscle. Close the eyes, let the back of the shoulder blades ground. The chest, the belly soften. And just another 5 to 10 breaths. And as you're ready here, start to release the arms from overhead. Start to lower those arms closer to the body. And then let's bring the knee into the chest. We'll start with the right knee. The left foot can stay on the floor. And we'll circle out this right foot. Flex, point, wiggle the toes. And let's bring our hands behind the thigh knee. And we'll just straighten and bend, getting into the knee. And then when you're ready, that right knee hugging in towards the right shoulder and release. Doing this a few times. Hug it in and release, getting into the head. Just giving our joints a little extra love. And release that right foot to the floor. We'll hug the left knee into the chest, move the foot around, get into the ankle, circle, circle, flex point, or a combination. Flex point as we circle. And then hands behind the knee, thighs, straight and bend. These legs, these joints do so much for us throughout the day. So we're just paying some attention to, especially our joints here. So let's come into the hip. We're taking that left knee in towards the left shoulder, release. The left shoulder, release. A few more just like that. And then both knees into the chest. So hands are on top of the knees. And we're gonna make like an egg beater. So circles with the knees. So one's going one direction and the other's going the other. It may take a second to get there. So we're gonna rotate in the other direction here in 3. So again, getting into our hips. Maybe make some bigger circles. 2 and 1. So rotate the other direction. Maybe those bigger circles, couple more. Perfect, and release. Let's straighten those legs out. We'll take a full body stretch. So reaching arms overhead, pointing through the toes and reaching back through the fingertips. Lengthen long, you might reach a little further with the right hand and then the left. Getting side body as we extend and reach. Maybe arch the back. Like that stretch we just want to do right when we wake up in the morning, right? And it's always like, why are you making that loud noise? The sigh, the letting the sleep out of the body. And then we'll release those arms, find our Shavasana. Palms face up. Maybe cover your body with a blanket or cover the eyes to just darken out and really take this time to go inward, quiet, calm, still. And we'll take one more breath together. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Allowing relaxation. Allowing stillness. I'll go ahead and log us off. Friends, stay here maybe a little longer and then get up nice and slow when you're ready. Have a great weekend, holiday weekend. Thanks for joining. Namaste. We'll see you soon.